The first year was very much, it was a startup, so it was new for all of us that were doing it. It was new for me and it was new for Terry.
This year is the second year that we're doing this. I really notice a big difference, the fact that people had it last year and that they're sort of get the hang of what this is, writing a song. Last year it was a little bit like, I don't think I can do that, But some of the kids were in the classes last year, so it's like a continuation of the thing. And it's great to see how it's actually taking hold.
The goal is to get the children to write their own material and explore songwriting in a hands-on way. In my class, I would give them a theme. I think, your dreams was one of the themes. What you want to be, how do you make your dreams come true, what steps do you take in order to become that which you want to become. I collaborated with Urban Shinnery, who, is a music teacher. He's new this year, and so he was in my classroom, and he is a musician.
I became really interested in music from a very early age. When I got into the first grade, my first grade class was right next to the band room. And my brother used to play in the band, so automatically I wanted to play in the band.
And this year having a musician in the classroom was really nice because he was very supportive and he understood the work. And so, and he himself was excited about writing a school song for Jess. And so we actually focused on writing a school song. I had 2 classes at Jess School. One of them wrote a song that ended up being like an anti-bullying song.
Okay, the anti-bully song was basically a message to the community to express themselves about bullying and how it should not be tolerated and the different ways that people are being bullied, especially children.
And the other one was Come to Jess, It's the Best from the North, South, East, and West. And they came up with those ideas with Terry. But that was really nice to see the kids coming up with their own ideas and really being willing to talk about things.
I think it's real important for each person to be able to be themselves, like the song said, because you have something to say, whoever you are.
We live in a very small place. It's a very small town kind of feel. We're not exposed to a lot of things that kids in the States are exposed to. There's not a lot of everything. There's a little bit of everything.
There's also help with the language barrier because some of those students were Spanish. They speak English, but they learn how to express themselves even more through the music, regardless of what language is spoken.
Maybe you have something that's bothering you. Songwriting is great for that. Maybe you can't say something to somebody directly, but you'll sit down and write about it. And a lot of that is just that you're also working with melody and eventually chords and things, when people start to learn how to play an instrument. And then you can really make some very beautiful expressions about something that might be difficult to talk about.
Some of the students who at the beginning showed little or no interest in the course, and then all of a sudden, boom. You hear the lyrics just come straight out of them. And those lyrics came to be a very important part in the anti-bully song, as a matter of fact.
I find that a lot of kids, they don't necessarily write poetry. They don't necessarily explore their own thoughts in the way that we do when we write songs, for instance, things that are sort of possibly abstract. Sometimes people just haven't explored their own creativity in that way, and taking a class like songwriting frees them up and gets them to think about things in a new way.
So everybody learns from everybody else in this process. You can't really tell someone how to write a song, I don't think. I think you just Everybody discovers it, and they discover their own style. Some people are great with rhythm. Some people, there's one guy in the other class, he's just great with rhymes. He just keeps coming up with rhymes.
So one particular student, she just opened up and she started singing, and she recently told me that she wants to be a storyteller. She wants to write poems, and she also wants to sing.
Actually, a lot of the kids were really excited that there was such a profession called songwriting. I mean, obviously they knew this, but we had a conversation in the beginning about, you know, some people get paid money to go and write songs. And that was really cool for them because some of them really would like to do something like that. I think that it's really important for kids to feel like they have a voice, that what they have to say is important, and that all of us have a unique way, a unique perspective, and that it's valuable to share your perspective. It's also very valuable to explore the contents of one's own mind and what is possible creatively for you, and to engage in something that you wouldn't think of engaging in otherwise. It's just kind of an introduction to other possibilities in your life.
Shout out to ASCAP. Without their help, we would not have the opportunity to learn how to write songs and learn how to be better musicians. So I thank you very much.
Thank you so much to ASCAP for giving our children in the Virgin Islands the opportunity to engage in songwriting.
This worked well, having this last year, and it's continuing to work, and it's so great that ASCAP is helping to put music in the schools like this, because we're fighting a battle. You know, there's a lot of people trying to get the arts and even sports out of the schools like it's not important. But I think both those things are important. And that's what we're doing here.